time travel on. Calgon, take me away, far from Babylon. Like grains of sand in the hourglass, these are the days at hand. Everything I've been through made me who I am.
And we're back on Jam Packed. Now, last episode, we spoke with Lisa Morgan in episode 56. And we spoke about her interior design company, the changes due to the pandemic, and the memories with her dad, Baseball Hall of Famer, two-time World Series champion with the Cincinnati Reds, and Major League Baseball broadcaster Joe Morgan. So just to add to some of those stats, because again, just a reminder, a very lengthy resume. He was a two-time National League MVP, five-time Gold Glove Award winner, 10-time All-Star, 22 Major League Baseball seasons from 63 to 84, and 21 seasons as an ESPN Sunday night baseball analyst. Now, Lisa and I had so much fun last episode. We said, let's just get the fam bam together.
Family.
Because behind every great man is an incredible family. So joining us from Oakland.
Oaktown, what's up?
Oaktown. Folks, I bring to y'all the Morgan family. We got Lisa Morgan and Angela Logan. Storm, if you want to be nasty with it. Along with Eric Logan and Summer Jolie.
That's right.
Jolie over there. Social media manager. She's still, I didn't fire her in the last epised.
The social.
Oh, she said she quit. Okay, well, I don't know.
Oh, your social media manager quit?
She said she quit, but she said she'll get paid enough. She'll be fine. We'll work it out later. My sister's an attorney. We'll work it out later. Yeah. Angela Logan, she's an attorney, so we'll work it out.
Nice.
This dispute. This financial dispute. Yeah.
Storm only on the weekends.
That's right.
On the weekends. Monday through Friday, Angela Logan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. I love it. Where did Storm come from? I've been tickled by Storm all week. as soon as Lisa sent me Storm, she was like, that's Angela, by the way.
You know, Storm came about because one day we were all sitting there. I think we were on vacation. Weren't we in Puerto Vallarta?
Coming to the stage.
And we were coming up with stripper names. And
yes.
I said, if I was a stripper, my name would be Storm.
Oh my God.
So I just went with it. You know what I'm saying? I went with it. So I'm Storm on the weekends.
Yeah.
I love that.
You swirled in. What was it? It was that song. It was a song that came in.
Cyclone.
Yeah.
So Cyclone would be my theme song, obviously, my first song that I come out to.
Okay.
And then they would say,
nice.
What, Eric? Coming to the stage.
Coming to the stage.
You got one job.
One job.
One job. and I
Coming
got-
to the stage.
But yeah,
Like, seriously?
so that was just my name. His was Silky Smooth, but he don't go by that.
I don't acknowledge that.
Silky Smooth. Now I need to know. I need to know about Silky Smooth.
You're like a relaxed
No perm. No perm.
silky smooth.
No perm.
Did you have a perm at some point?
No.
More of the personality than hair texture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
Smooth
chill.
with it. Okay. I mean, do you watch P Valley? Since you're talking about strippers, you ever watch that show?
I tried.
No, I never. You watch it? No, I've never seen it.
Uh-oh.
I tried. Yeah.
Look, he got excited. He said, P Valley.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Where's my phone? I gotta
Write that down. Put it in the notes.
Right, P Valley. P Valley.
Can't get it on Netflix.
Look, he already looked.
Oh,
Bartender already looked. It's not on Netflix.
bartender knows all.
Yes, the bartender.
And it repeats that.
Yeah.
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah. By the way, the bartender is serving Saint Germain, drink of choice. Saint Germain, along with some bourbon.
Bourbon.
I got the fun size, but they got the full bottle. The bourbon.
Eric is over here getting a little bit more.
No.
Yo,
She had them dry.
Somebody about to get the buzzer.
Yeah. Yes. Cheers. Cheers to that.
Man.
Oh man. So all of y'all are in Oakland.
Doesn't
What's
Lisa
that?
have to drink?
I do have a drink.
She
She
said
did.
so.
Ooh, we've started the game. Storm started the game.
the
Storm
buzzer.
started the game. So that leads me to my next point. So one of the games we're gonna play throughout this
Oh, we're
entire
not playing
episode.
yet. Oh.
We haven't started yet, but that brings me to the best point ever.
Wait,
We're gonna our game right now, our game for the episode. So it's been a minute since we've played it on the show. So is basically anytime you use a noise filler. So or like, you're going to have to take a drink. So you have to. So we've got Summer Jolie on the ones and twos with the buzzer.
Ones and twos.
Well, on the ones and twos with the buzzer.
Kicked her out.
Okay, so just disclosure, we all are all in the same house. We're actually sitting apart from each other.
Okay.
Just social distancing. We are in the same room. That's
It's
why-
all good.
That's
It's
why
all
I'm
good.
looking at them. Look, Eric got it. He about to go off. Time out.
Set it off.
I'm sitting across from them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, stupid.
Give me all your money.
Oh my goodness. So you went up to Oakland and the fam is mainly in Oakland. What is the weather even like right now? Because I've stayed freezing down here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's nice today. Like I got up, my niece, we got up and went roller skating this morning. And it was cold. It was cold at first. No one even noticed that.
Yeah.
It was cold at first, but now it's nice. It's nice. It's like what, 70s, we think, guys?
No, not
60s,
quite.
though.
60s.
60s?
Yeah.
They say 60s. They say low 60s.
We're in the
But it's
golden
nice
time
out.
of day right now.
So how was Thanksgiving for you guys? How was that?
Buzzer is fired.
What? We got the buzzer.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, buzzer! Buzzer!
Ah!
I said sit right. Oh, Lord, timeout.
Okay.
Sit right here. So we can hear the buzzer.
Question. It doesn't have to be so. It can just be plain
It could be just plain It could just be plain Yeah.
Drink
It
up.
doesn't have to be all together. Just you could be a single word offense
Okay.
for the game.
I might be the only person on the show in the next few minutes.
Just completely drunk.
It's not going to take very much.
Well, to answer your question though, Thanksgiving was very nice.
Nice.
We had a lot of good food.
What were you about to say? What was you about to say? Go for it. We're not gonna get through it.
Stop talking.
We're not gonna get through any episodes because somebody's gonna be drinking the whole time. But what was the name of the
You got it.
what was the name of the lady that cooks for us?
Michelle. So, well, hold on. She cooked the turkey.
So there was a combination of chefs. It was Mom,
Thank you. I'm gonna stop talking.
Angela, and some outside resources.
She's my friend. She actually.
Drink.
She's like, are you serious? Yes.
He's trying to help you.
Un momentum.
Oh, I'll drink with y'all.
You need a napkin?
Going back to Michelle. She owns Dusty's restaurant, chefmichelle.com. And so I had her fry a turkey for us. She was doing complete dinners, but we had her fry a turkey because I don't know how to fry a turkey. And it was great. And we had ham and we had
Corn was the corn.
oh, I know. Shut up. I said it so many times. This is unbelievable. I'm gonna have to stop talking. Fried corn, cream collard
Dogs
greens,
barking. UM's
Sweet
all
potato
over the place.
casserole, dressing, mac and cheese.
The bourbon.
Sweet
Con-
potato
no,
pecan pie. We had mini cupcakes that were wonderful, gincupcakes.com. And it was just good food.
Good food. Good times.
And good times. Spending with the family, good times. Watch some football, good times.
Nice.
Minus
Nice.
one
You
day.
guys watch that Cowboys game?
Yeah. Bartender.
That was the only game that was on, huh?
Huh?
I'm sorry, what you saying?
Was that the only football game on yesterday?
It was two.
Two. Supposed to be
Oh, it was
3.
two. Okay.
Deshaun
Okay.
Watson, Houston, and
Did you say I'm sorry.
Drink.
Drink. No, I was merely pointing her out. I was just calling her out because she said to call her out. Is it or
it's a filler.
It's the same.
Okay, it's all the same. There you go. I'm just saying. Okay.
Like this.
How was your Thanksgiving, Jamila?
It was cool. It was
Hey, I gotta
cool.
call you out because before you answer that,
Uh-oh.
listening to the your other nickname,
My other nickname. what's
Majila.
that?
So we call you
Oh, yeah, Majila. Yeah.
Majila. Jamila Booty.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Do you when
No,
she
you-
was younger, another one of my friends that's the same age as Summer, so I knew her when she was younger as well.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe it was just I had a big butt maybe at the time. I don't know, but
Time.
I feel like I know.
Jamila Booty. She called her Jamila Booty.
Sound like
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Coming to the stage.
Coming to the stage, Jamila Booty.
Jamila Booty.
Jamila Booty.
Got strippers all over the place. It's good.
Right? The career that never happened for me.
It didn't happen for me either.
Yeah. But I had to call you out on that because I heard that and I was laughing. I was like, oh, she has some nicknames that I didn't quite know about.
So many nicknames. Oh my God. They used to call me Fila Jamila when I was younger in middle school, but I never wore Filas.
I was about to say, did you wear a lot of Fila? What was going
I
on?
never wore Fila.
Back in the day.
Fila was kind of tight though.
Yeah, right.
I like some Fila.
Oh.
I enjoy Filas, but I never. Yeah, Filas. I maybe had. Yeah,
Not now. Yeah, not
I'm
now.
a drink because I feel like I subtly said off.
Like that, yeah.
Bartender was good.
But your Thanksgiving was good.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it's a blended family. Like my dad there's 5 of us, and then so he got married. So now we added 2 more to the mix. So now it's 7 kids, and then people get married, and then you got extras, as my stepmom likes to call them. So it's it's just the whole big blended family.
Like, she just said like.
Yeah,
Drink.
you need to drink.
Drink.
I said
Bartender.
Drink.
oh,
Into the story.
let me
Listening. Good job.
let me.
Great story.
Yeah,
I heard like.
I'm pour some more in. Ah. I've never had this, but this is so tasty.
You can be drunk. Keep going good.
So what sport did you
Oh, splash of Topico.
back there, Jamila Booty?
What's that? What'd you say, Storm?
What sport did you play for you to have number 12 back there?
Yes.
Oh, so my family, they call themselves the Harboys, like the whole blended sibling family. So we call ourselves the Harboys. So it's like Hammond mixed with Yarboy, their last name.
You said like again.
Did I say like? Oh, y'all got me. That was a setup if I've ever seen it. That was a setup.
Oh, yes, she did say so.
You need some supervision over there.
I do. I need a lot of supervision. I'm supposed to be the responsible one.
We're gonna be interviewing ourselves in a minute because
I know, right?
Eric is gonna be like, "So, you guys, what do you think?" We need to move on to a different game because this one we can't talk. This game is a little rough.
Yeah, just the beginning has been. Uh oh. Who?
It gets rough.
Somebody.
Get a drink again.
With me. I got called out.
Oh, Lisa Mo.
Yeah,
Lisa Mo.
let's move on
Lisa,
to-
what would your stripper name be?
Mine was, is Sparkle. Not that I
Sparkle.
am a current stripper.
Coming to the stage.
Coming to the stage.
Mine is Sparkle. That was the one that was given to me.
Oh, okay.
Sparkle.
Now, what would your theme song be? Like your.
No, like,
Buzz.
what? My mom's back there waving.
Hey, Ma.
Okay. I'm being told. This is the last time we're doing this game because I can't even tell a story right now. But do you need me? No. You're waiting. Do you need me?
You raised them well, Mom. They're hustlers.
Okay. No, but by the end of this podcast, let's come up with a song for me. I can't. I don't even know.
Okay.
We'll figure one out.
Figure out one.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean,
You know, it's gotta be something fast, like get it. Get it. It's gotta be something fast.
I mean, but would it be like Bay Area influenced, like get hyphy or like I don't know.
No dog for show. Yeah.
yeah.
Blow the whistle.
Blow the
Something.
whistle.
Oh yeah, blow the whistle.
Yeah. Something like
I mean, DJ fired too. I mean, I think the social media person is gonna get fired. I think the DJ will get fired. Only one staying is a bartender.
Yes.
Only the bartender gets
Pretty
fired.
much.
DJ can't even find a song. Anyway, but so maybe blow the whistle. We by the end of this week, maybe it'll be blow the whistle. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
go with that.
I'm digging. I'm hoping something Bay Area inspired influence. I feel like that would be perfect for Sparkle.
She playing blow the whistle. DJ, look, DJ's a little slow, but
Go on and on. Yeah. Tell them short. Yeah. Crank that up, Jazz. You gotta come up.
What do you think the most? What do you think the biggest misconception of Oakland is? Like, I've been to Oakland. I love Oakland. And I had family that grew up in Oakland as well. But what do you think the biggest misconception is of Oakland?
Steve, why don't you tell him?
Why don't you do that?
Well,
You probably in here. Yeah,
people think Oakland is grimy. That it's just a.
we're not playing the game anymore.
Don't let him maybe get off.
We ain't gonna do the podcast with the game because the ball is buzzing every 2 seconds. we had to cancel that part of the game.
Oakland's been given a bad rap over the years. I mean, it's one of the most centrally located cities in the Bay Area. Everybody has to go through it. It's a beautiful city. A lot of places to go that a lot of people don't really realize that they're actually in Oakland. I think. Let me drink.
We quit that game. We quit that game.
Diversity.
We quit that game. But tell them what you do, Eric, because
Great diversity.
your job. Tell them what you do for a living.
Because you're actually, Jamila Booty, you're actually to Chief Logan, the battalion chief in
Right.
Oakland Fire Department. So
Husband up. Yes. Yes.
he's honest about it. You know, he's been a firefighter for
Almost 30 years.
almost 30 years. But he's seen everything in Oakland. He's been around, so he's the perfect person to answer that. So keep going.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
The climate. I
Oakland is
mean,
cool.
you know, my father is originally from the Midwest, and he said he'd never go back because he just loved the climate. It's pretty mild all the way through. Sweatshirt weather. You know, you don't have to put a big parka on or anything like that. But yeah, it's been given a bad rap. You know, we've had some things that have happened to the city. That's unfortunate. Businesses leaving, and you know, crack epidemic, and all that other good stuff that was pushed through all Black communities. But Oakland was hit particularly hard by that. So you saw a lot of breaking downs of the community, and businesses went other places, and news played a big part in that too. There, every time they showed Oakland, they showed something bad happening, and that also gave it a bad rap too. But I've been here my whole life, and it's a good place to be. You just gotta have your wits about yourself. Just like in any place, you gotta know where you're going, and you gotta understand the vibe of the city and the people and all that other good stuff. So.
Good question, Jamila Booty.
Hopefully that answers it.
Thank you, Storm.
It's a good city.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Oakland, but I feel like it definitely gets a bad rap though, for sure.
Yes. I mean, it's just a small city. Some people think Oakland is really, really big. It's really small. It's only 450,000 people, but it has everything in it. It's just a little small town. We call it the town.
That town.
But it has everything in it. And it is a city of, people may take this as a negative connotation, but it is a city of hustlers. It's you find a lot of people who have a lot of entrepreneurs, and even the number of female entrepreneurs is not really talked about, but it's just a city of where we got to figure out how to make it happen, and that has kind of permeated through all families and walks of life. And we always feel we go anywhere, we're going to make it happen. And and people who run into folks from Oakland, from all over the place. You could be in a different city, a different state. And we are just the folks to make it happen. We're not trying to, just sit there and just, be, excuse my language, assholes. But we're kind of just people that just kind of like blend in and want to have a good time. But that's one of the things about Oakland is that we're gonna take care of you. No matter where you are, you're gonna run into Oakland people and have a great time. And that's the same thing if you come to the city, you're gonna have a good time too.
They're loyal people, Oakland, because the bartender and many other Oakland residents still cheer for the Raiders, even though they've left us a billion times.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Loyal, man. They
what
value, and they have left. And they bartender, he is a diehard Dallas, but he's a season ticket holder, Raiders. Still, my best friend Michelle, same thing. They still cheer for the Raiders and don't care where they go. So they're a loyal bunch of people. I tell you that. Yeah, your season tickets in Las Vegas can't go, but he has it.
But once again, we're gonna tie right back to Oakland, blue collar city. Yeah. Everybody's just together, and the history of Oakland is all in blue collar. And the Raiders they were built off of the blue collar model. And when they leave Oakland, I mean, they're in Vegas right now, but they're not gonna get the blue collar model from Las Vegas. Right. So for a lot of us, it's always going to be the Oakland Raiders, regardless of whatever city they're going to be in, because this is where they actually cut their teeth and were built on the blue collar model of Oakland itself. So.
Do you think it's going to last in Vegas? Like, I feel like it's just like one of those, well, let's just let them go through this phase in life and come back home to Oakland. I feel like it's so crazy that the Raiders are in Vegas, first of all, that you're the Las Vegas Raider.
Right.
It doesn't. There's no ring. There's no charm. There's no. Yeah. But the fans are all loyal, like you said. What do you think that it is about? And maybe it's because they're from Oakland and it's a different sense of loyalty. But what do you think it is about Raider loyalty and Raider fans that are still there with them over like any other team that gets shuffled around? You got San Diego Chargers now in LA, which is a hot mess. It's everybody shuffling around. What do you think it is about the Oakland Raider fans that really set it apart from the other maybe teams that have a quote unquote loyal fan base?
Oh, wow. Well, they have one of the largest fan bases, out of all sports. I mean, Dallas Cowboys have a large fan base, but Oakland's right there. And I don't think there's any other NFL team that has a fan base like the Raiders worldwide. So it's kind of like wherever they go, they have people. you know, that you see the way they travel. It just shows that there's folks that love the Raiders everywhere.
I think why the God.
You know what they costumes anymore?
What's that?
God, serious.
Man,
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I was on a plane coming to Oakland to visit. I'm not here. I don't live here anymore, so I don't get to go to the games. But one time I flew down to go to a Raider game with them. I don't even watch football that much anyway. So, but
No, because hold on. So she's doing makeup, right?
oh my God,
She does Steve Young. She calls me and she says, "Hey, you heard of somebody named Steve Young? He's supposed to be good or something?" I was like, "Yeah, or something." I was like, "You're doing Steve Young and have no clue." So when she says she doesn't watch football and no football, she's lying. I'm gonna let her finish the story, but yeah.
yeah, that probably wasn't my brightest moment when I called her and was like, "I think he's kind of good." She's like, "Really? Like, I need you to not work at ESPN and not know these people." But anyway,
Is there a different like level of expectation as like Joe Morgan daughter as Joe Morgan's see, this is where I start drinking.
the daughter?
Is there a different level of expectation being the daughters of Joe Morgan? Like you're supposed to know these things. Is
Yeah.
there a different level of expectation?
Well, according to my sister, I'm supposed to know all of everybody, all sports. My dad played baseball, but I'm supposed to know all the sports. But people do expect us to know baseball, and that is not something I found. I don't really watch baseball, whereas my sister is a huge sports fan. She watches all the sports, and so baseball, and players would come in or at ESPN when I'm working. I wouldn't know who half of the people, especially the younger players. I don't know them, and people are like, "How do you not know? How do you not know what's going on?" I was like, "I don't even watch baseball that much. Like, I'm honestly, I don't even really like baseball. It's too slow for me."
Baseball, yeah.
So, I would go to the games for the food.
But football, basketball,
Yeah, basketball, I love, but even then, I don't get into the players like that. And I like just to watch. But I think people do assume especially like stats, my dad's stats, like I think people expected me to like know them offhand. And a lot of times I'm like, "Oh, really? I didn't know that, but that's great."
she's like, "Dang, he must have been good or something."
Well, I did have a moment that I didn't like. I was probably in like high school, maybe a little bit before that. I don't know. My dad had a room that we called the music room because he had albums. Yes, I said albums.
Yeah.
He collected albums, and I found in his closet there were all these videos, like those big videos. What were those called?
VHS?
Huh?
The VHS? Not the
Not
VHS.
VHS. Before that,
For real?
those big ones.
For real?
No.
The beta. Is it
Beta.
called beta?
No, baby.
Oh, the beta tapes? Like they're
I wasn't there.
Big. I don't even.
Oh,
A-track? Is that what?
no, they were old. They're old
See,
TV stations.
Listen to her talking about 8-track.
I don't know, but they were some old, it was a different type of DVDs, VCR type thing. And I popped in some of them, and I was watching, and I was like, "Wow, you know what?" I said to my dad later, because I never really looked at his trophies either. And I just was reading all the trophies, all the stuff in the music room, because he had all his trophies and stuff in there. And I said, "Tim, wow, were you kind of good?"
Famous line.
Yeah, famous line now. Like, were you kind of good? Because he's my dad. Like, we don't
different.
love him like that.
It's different between if you had a son.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
we weren't really allowed to be on the field with him and stuff like that. So we just,
Just dad.
it was just dad.
Yeah.
Your praises.
Yeah.
On TV.
Yeah, Michael LeBron.
You said you always took care of his makeup.
Yeah. He was
On PTI.
a nice.
Yeah, it's different when they're just not just, but
Yeah,
when it's
dad to us.
dad.
Yeah.
You don't, like Eric said, probably if we were boys, it would have been more exciting, or
Mhm.
we would have followed a little bit more. I kind of get
Mhm.
that, like maybe from a Ken Griffey Jr. to his
Yeah.
dad kind of thing.
Thank
Well,
you.
when
We're not playing that game no more.
but as girls, it was just dad, girls and dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
So it was just a little different. But I am the sports fanatic. And She likes basketball.
Yeah, I do like basketball. I still like Allen Iverson, and I will
Yes.
say that.
AI.
Okay, well, AI, okay.
The
Watched the
answer.
documentary the other day on
She
that.
actually thought he was going to beat the Lakers that year. I was
Whatever.
trying to tell her he wasn't, but you know,
He tried. He can't do it by himself.
he tried.
He
He
can't do
won
it
the
by
first game in
himself.
overtime. That's
You
right.
know, like get a boy some help.
That time, yeah,
No,
yeah.
'cause he-
Stepped over him.
Oh, wow,
yeah, he was
Tyrone Luke.
supposed to,
Wow.
like, get out the way, fool.
You see, I'm from Oakland, but I am a Laker fan.
Really interesting.
I've always been a Laker fan.
Oh, you've been like,
Diehard Lakers.
Ever since I mean, you know, when I started watching basketball and playing basketball, that's when Magic, you know, started. And that's all I know. It's Showtime. And, you know, the Warriors were boo-boo then. You went to the Warrior game to see other teams. So,
yeah.
you know, I've always been a Laker fan.
And I thought I was a Laker fan, but it turns out I was a Kobe fan.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
I know how that is. I feel that. I feel
But I
that.
always liked the Warriors. I will say, I don't know if you remember much, Angie, but when we were younger, my dad would always take us to the Warrior games. Maybe I went, I don't know. Okay, yeah, we would go to the Warrior game. So that's what Chris Mullin, well, I don't know, maybe we weren't that young, but Chris Mullin was playing.
Oh,
Like,
man.
what year was that? I don't even know. But that's how
Chris
I
Mullin in his
started
high top.
World be free.
World be free.
Bernard King was a baller, but they
Right.
traded
Yeah.
it.
When they were playing, I mean, I that's when I started to like basketball. I was like, oh man, they're good. Like they were good players, but the team, you know,
Yeah.
not so
Yeah.
much.
They're ballers now.
They're ballers now.
It's a little
Yeah.
injured, and it should have been, you know, three-peat. We're not gonna get into that. But, yeah, they're ballers now. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, they've always been fun.
We're not excited about them going to San Francisco. I mean, I know they came from San Francisco to Oakland, but that was kind of like,
They did us just like the
Yeah.
Raiders. They,
Yeah.
you know, they went for the hot move. It's all right.
Oh man, that still breaks my heart about the Raiders. I'm not even a Raiders fan. I'm a
You see?
Rams fan.
You even know what's wrong. You even know what's
hey, well, you
wrong.
better tell your defense to do good because I'm playing
Listen.
defense on Sunday in fantasy football, and I'm not doing well this year. However, I am the 2003 and 2018.
Bartender.
No, 19,
Yes.
no, 18.
You had a 20-year hiatus between playing.
Whatever.
fantasy football. 21 years.
Two-time champ.
Okay, fantasy football. So both of y'all play fantasy football?
For sure. And a bartender.
Clearly, you're not asking me. You're not asking me, right?
Don't
You're
ask
asking
me.
us
So you-
You know, I'm not. Fantasy football, fantasy and football. I get lost. I don't. What is something that you could say to convince people to like want to play fantasy football?
Well, this is the thing. Before fantasy football, you might have your team that you like to watch. You might just watch that team. Or fantasy football, it makes you watch everything, even the boo-boo games. You're like, I got so you watching that game versus, you know, watching your own team. This might be the end of your day. You know, and it is competitive too.
Yeah, you learn a lot in fantasy football because, like he said, you are watching a lot of different teams, people that you normally wouldn't watch. And just in case Wayne Gallman is listening to this, I'm gonna need you to go out on Sunday. But
Man, you hear that?
All right, Wayne.
You're told. In case you're watching. Hey.
In case you watch it.
anyway, it does make you like, I would never watch, to be honest with you. I would never be watching the New York Giants, but I will be watching them Sunday, you know, and so it does. It makes you watch football. It makes you enjoy it. You actually feel like you're a part of it a little bit. Get to talk smack. Harley is a lot of family and some longtime friends. Like I said, me, E. We got the bartender, Ari. We got Jamari back there. He's a big Josh fan though, because he has Josh. No,
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Raider
I'm
fan.
sorry.
Raider fan.
Yeah, big Raider fan.
He had Saquon in him before Saquon.
Yeah, you Saquon and then before
Saquon and them.
Saquon
And them.
And them.
A bunch of people that play. And
So this is the thing.
Mahomes boys.
This is the thing. You develop connectivity to the players.
Yeah.
You're like a owner. You know.
Oh, I think I know them.
Yeah.
Clearly, because you were
I
just
see.
talking.
I see.
That's just the
Right.
phone call.
You're like, this weekend, I cannot
ball
have you
this week.
disappointing my stats right now.
No, listen, if you don't ball next week, you gonna be on the bench, or I'm gonna dump you. You know, I'm talking to him. I'm like, who are you talking to?
Right.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you doing?
My friend loves fantasy football. My friend Ashley loves fantasy football. And she's got a work phone and a like social phone, like her regular phone. And she's checking stats on every phone. And she's like, oh man, this person. Like,
Yep.
like is that, are you okay?
The only reason why somebody would pay a high DirecTV bill is for the NFL package.
Other than that, DirecTV is trash.
Right.
But DirecTV fantasy
Yeah.
football helps.
It does. Fantasy football is a lot of fun. It just makes you, especially during the pandemic, and just trying to find something to have fun. You know, it's kind of hard to the house and different things. So fantasy football is just something that, for me, it just brings joy, even when not playing, I'm not doing too well this season. However,
She said,
it brings. I look forward to the games.
Nice. I mean, does it feel different though watching a sporting event now with the pandemic, and then they got like screens or cutouts of people in the stands? It's just like, what are we doing? Does it feel different when you watch these games? Like, what do you think they could do better as far as to maybe enhance that experience when you're watching a football game or a baseball game or a basketball game? It just doesn't feel, I don't know, like, no disrespect, but it feels like kind of sitting at a WNBA game. There's not many people in the stands.
Like
Jamila Booty. Jamila Booty loves the WNBA.
But I hear her.
Right, but you felt that.
I do.
Felt that. I have Twitter fingers. Well, back in the day, I used to like really talk smack to people that didn't like support the WNBA and all that good stuff. But like, you have to call it what it is and how they can make it better and make that experience better. But when I look in the stands, it feels like I'm at a WNBA game. There's like more empty seats.
And
You know
I guess
what
my
it
question is it? I'm sorry. Is it more for the players to see something, or you know what I mean? Is it for the players just so they feel like there's people, or is that more
all out based on their crowds? You know what I'm saying? Like Seattle Seahawks, their crowd is called,
The 12th man.
the 12th man.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times the crowd can bring you through, and the crowd can get you hyped. Hearing the cheers, hearing your name. You know, as a two-time champ, I kind of So
The champ is here.
I missed you, Storm. I missed you so much, Storm.
We gonna talk about that.
no, should have been back to back. But because our playoffs start late, Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram didn't play. I would have been back to back, straight up Drake up in here, right?
Listen, you know what they could do? They could have a rated R version of the football games and basketball games, and then a rated like mature audience only, because we need to hear what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So the stuff that's said on the court is like comedy. You gotta hear it. You're like, when you can hear what they're actually saying, that's good entertainment right there. It's not made for all audiences. So they may be trying to block out all the sounds, but now that they don't have crowds,
Anything, yeah.
you hear more. You hear the announcers, excuse what you just heard.
Yeah.
I'm known by this radio
Hey, the
station.
football players.
Yeah.
Oh, the football players, I imagine.
Yeah. I like the smack talking. That makes it. That's
Yeah,
like fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm talking smack all day long. I could be losing, but I'm still talking smack.
Yeah, me too. I used to talk so much smack.
I'm gonna put forearm surgery on him. He be putting his gloves on. I'm
I'm putting them down. That's the. Hey, if it's close, I'll be like, man, you ain't down yet.
Yeah.
Have fun with it. That's all.
World's just different. I think everybody's just trying to adjust to what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even though we have lost a lot and being able to just, go about the country freely, travel about the country freely,
That's going.
you still have your family, you still have your friends, you still, unfortunately, you still have work. So it's like we still, you do what you need to do to basically survive.
Yeah.
And like sports is like this happy place, right? Like it's this it's what brings that happiness and joy to folks to really take their mind off of the craziness of of the regular everyday life and the pandemic and everything like that. I mean, I've been seeing, so many of these players are starting to like get coronavirus now.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to start impacting, the season even more.
Yeah.
I mean, from what you've seen as like a basketball fan to a football fan, like what do you think the football world can do to like, do better as far as maybe cutting back on that?
Well, I thought
Storm the lawyer.
NBA did a great job because they
Got that bubble or something.
They did a bubble.
It's hard to have football players like that.
The football players like to go to the strip club. So,
Right.
They're
like
trying
the
to see
Storm
Storm
performing
or
tonight.
Sparkle
Yeah,
play.
exactly.
They like, man.
I need the Storm Sparkle special.
Right.
Yeah, we got 4 wings.
Coming from the person that knows all the information of P Valley.
Yeah.
But I thought the NBA
wings.
did a great job because they were able to finish their season out. They had very few people. I don't even know if they had anybody test positive, and people who didn't follow the protocol weren't allowed to come back in the bubble and play. So I think they actually did a really, really good job. But I don't know how the the NFL could do that with so many players. Because there's so many players on a football team, I don't know. It's a lot of people affected right now. Hopefully everybody moves through and is okay and equally as strong when they come back from it. But it's just a lot. It's a lot. And it's unfortunate too because they're trying to give us some entertainment. They're trying to play, they're trying to live. They're trying to do what they need to do, and just a different time right now.
Yeah. I feel that. Y'all ready to play some story time?
Yeah.
Story time.
All right.
That sounds like Ice Cube back in the day.
It's like Rick.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play some story time. So as I had explained earlier, you're basically going through the letters of the alphabet, and each person is going to say a word putting together the story, but you're using a word that starts with the letter that you are appointed. So if I get A and Lisa gets B, she might say butterfly, and then whoever gets C, it's got to make sense. So we're putting together a story.
It has to make sense.
Yeah.
Well, teamwork makes the dream. You just gonna say a random word?
I thought it was
Lisa and I barely graduated, so you gonna have to go slow with us. Okay?
I'm a
This is
dragon.
smart.
Nice.
dragon too. Hey. What you mean, don't I? I didn't go to Bishmo Down. I was a dragon. I graduated.
You know,
Look, again, solid C+ student.
Solid C+.
Anybody out there that's a C+ student, you can be somebody.
Yeah.
hey,
Don't let them tell you different.
At least she was 2.0.
Hey, you passed. Okay.
2.0 wasn't part of my life. So I don't know.
You passed.
I was still like, oh, God.
You passed. Hey, I got an A in Spanish. Mr. Grazzini.
Mira.
Okay.
No bueno.
Bueno. So I got this game.
Okay. All right. So if you can't come up with a word fast enough, you got to take a drink.
All right.
And then we got to go to the next
You
person.
might want to get ready. You might be on stand by.
So we'll go Eric.
Some help on my side.
So we'll go Eric, Storm, Lisa, and then myself. And then that'll be the order.
If you swear, you gotta take a drink because somebody just said a bad word. I'm just saying. Eric.
I did.
Look, Eric.
I did.
Nice. I'll take a drink with you. I'll take a drink with you.
So you
You got A.
Asshole. Let's go.
See, he started off. No,
It was B.
B. Seriously.
That's my favorite word.
Oh my God! And then I have
You
C.
might be mad at somebody.
No.
Wait, do you say asshole bitch? That's where
Yes.
we're at right now?
A, B, and now
Okay,
I got
well,
C. Seriously,
Now you got to bring
like,
it
I
home
can't
with the
even say
C
what
to
the
make
C is.
sense.
Seriously, like she thought it started with a C.
I was a C plus, not an F. Jesus. Okay, well I can go clean.
Okay, asshole bitch clean.
Here it is. Let's go. D.
Dat.
What?
Dat.
Dat, like
Dat.
DAT.
Bitch, clean
Dat.
Dat. E.
Asshole bitch clean dat.
Dat.
There we go.
Eclectic.
E.
Eclectic.
What's that?
Dat.
Keep rolling.
Hey,
Okay.
clean that eclectic.
Bitch. Asshole, bitch, clean that.
Eclectic
Firebird.
Firebird.
giraffe.
Giraffe. Firebird's a car, ain't it?
Oh, okay.
Oh. Wow.
Bird.
You were all over.
Wait.
Ha.
Hey, you messed it up. But no, we're gonna keep on going.
Okay, go.
Hi.
I said
So-
giraffe. She said hi.
Hold on.
So it's asshole bitch clean dat eclectic firebird giraffe. Hi.
Is it on me?
Yes.
Oh man.
And your letter would be I.
You know this.
Don't know.
Oh,
This story
I-
makes
You
no
didn't
sense.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Take a drink.
Oh,
Take a drink.
Embossed? I don't know. I don't know.
Did you just say embossed?
Mhm.
Because
Well,
that's
that would be
that's an E.
Drink three
That's an E,
times.
homie. That's an E.
Well, I
With
told
a
you.
skylight,
I told
girl.
you less than 2.0.
He was a titan.
I'm the one been drinking. Hold on.
I'm like,
Dragons be titans.
Since the show started,
Just what you say?
'cause I like drinking.
embossed start with an I.
Embossed start with an I.
Well, you gotta have somebody.
So
to
does he
mix it
need
up.
to pick an I, or do we just bypass it?
we go skip him and they go to you. He already took his
Impulse.
drink, so it's gonna go to you.
Impulsive?
What is it again?
Impulsive.
Asshole bitch.
Asshole bitch clean dat
Clean dat,
eclectic
eclectic,
firebird giraffe
firebird,
high.
Hi.
Oh, firebird
Am
giraffe
I gonna get
high.
fired on Monday?
Hi. Hi. I. Then are you? She's the I.
Oh, I hope I don't get in.
Cast on him.
I hope I don't get in.
I. Firebird I.
High.
It would be you.
Jukebox.
Wait, what was the I that we used?
She said irresistible.
Oh, irresistible.
Big words, big words.
Jukebox. The irresistible jukebox.
Irresistible jukebox. You got cage.
You're okay, Jamila.
Jukebox kept.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Logan.
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 Kept Logan. Okay.
Eat it. Let's go.
M.
Morgan.
Morgan.
Logan Morgan.
In.
Oh, okay. I see you hyphenated.
What's that?
Okay.
N.
And don't say it.
Now. Now. Now.
Logan Morgan now.
Now.
Who's it on me?
It's on Jamila.
Oh man. I'm gonna take a drink.
You were oh.
Oh, Obsidian.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm a obsidian.
Obsidian.
Wait, okay, so we're at just
Hold
to
on. Recap.
Dark
just to
Logan.
put
Obsidian.
just so you know, the sentence that we have together right now
No.
is asshole bitch clean dat eclectic firebird giraffe high irresistible jukebox kept Logan Morgan now obsidian.
Okay, and now, P.
Obsidian Logan.
So Morgan, Logan, Obsidian,
Obsidian. I don't even know what that means.
Paint, Obsidian Paint,
Queen.
Paint. Okay.
Queen color paint,
I'm a paint queen.
Okay.
Queen,
Ooh.
Paint queen.
Right.
Now,
Queen, right?
can you come with
Right.
something regular though on your R?
I got the R.
Oh,
I got
you
the R.
are.
I said right.
Yes.
Oh, she said right. My bad.
Right. Queen,
Uh-huh.
Look at Eric.
Take a drink.
Oh my God. And that would be your, what, you the chief?
right.
Battalion chief? That's your
That's
battalion
called
chief.
stress.
Talking.
That's called stress.
So wait,
Let
so
loose.
Queen,
What's your S?
Right shit.
No. Stress.
Right shit?
Stress.
What?
Stress.
Okay, thank
Stress?
you.
Queen,
Right.
right, stress,
Okay, so the paint queen, right stress.
Right stress.
Right
Okay.
below.
Okay.
Right
Okay.
stress.
Okay.
Queen,
Right
right,
stress. Who on
it's on
T?
me on T.
T.
Paint, Queen, right, stress,
Wow.
Drink.
Take a drink.
turmoil,
Oh God. Oh boy.
turmoil. You hear that, right? You hear that education coming through.
Sounds like a-
Turmoil, yeah.
So like
My
a turn.
parents got their money's worth.
Well, when it came to me, maybe not so much. Ugly.
Turmoil, ugly.
Turmoil, ugly.
I know you've been looking crazy because you started this thing.
Right. You started it off crazy.
Well, you should have made it right.
We tried.
Ugly
We tried.
victory.
Right. Where do you go
V.
from asshole? You started with asshole.
Right.
So
You
so
started
where we at?
turned up.
Ugly?
Ugly to you, she got B.
She said what?
V.
Oh.
Victory.
Victory.
Asshole, ugly victory.
Mhm.
Oh, ugly victory. Queen,
Okay.
right,
Wow.
queen, right, stressful, turmoil,
Ugly.
ugly victory.
Ugly victory.
Mhm.
Oh man.
W.
Oh shoot. Let me drink.
Take a drink. Yeah, so we're at asshole bitch, cleaned out eclectic firebird, giraffe, high irresistible jukebox, kept Logan Morgan, now obsidian, paint queen, right, stress, turmoil, ugly victory.
Ugly victory. Yeah.
With
Oh, with.
A, B, C,
Okay.
D, E, F. Okay.
she didn't know. She didn't know. You gotta use the conjunction every now and then.
So
They didn't watch. They didn't watch. What's that Saturday?
X.
What was
W
that?
X.
Oh, Schoolhouse Rock. They didn't watch the conjunction.
Oh, yeah.
Xylophone.
With
Bartender said xylophone. For
the
200.
xylophone? With the
Xylophone.
xylophone? Ooh.
JB. JB not coming to the stage.
Xylophone. With xylophone, zebra.
I couldn't think of another one either.
No, no. Oh, why? Yellow. Sorry. I'm gonna drink on that.
Hi. Hello.
Too much Saint.
Did you graduate?
Yellow.
Too much.
We can tell a level.
Maybe you laughed at me doing A, B, C, D. Maybe you should have.
Tell the levels of education in here. Because there's like two brainiacs
Listen, I know.
grinders right here. And we just trying to grind it
I'm a
out.
drink to that.
We're just trying to get our letters right. I'm like, I can't make sense of this.
I'm gonna why. Oh, we know Ben.
I'm a drink to that.
You know.
Hey, Jasmine, that grade on the curve is kicking in.
Assholes every day. That's what they do. Assholes. Deal with.
So wait, where we at? What was the last one? I got confused.
Yellow, a xylophone, yellow.
Yellow. And then you said zebra? I said zebra?
Well, you gotta do.
Oh, Z.
Yellow.
Z. You graduated too, right? Z. You Z. Now here you go.
There you go.
Zoom. Okay, so recap.
Yellow Zoom. All right, for the recap. So, the story that we put together. Asshole bitch cleaned that eclectic Firebird giraffe high irresistible jukebox, kept Logan Morgan, now Obsidian, paint queen, right stress, turmoil, ugly victory with xylophone yellow zoom.
There it is.
Yes.
Who's writing all that down in the background?
You remembered all that?
No, I wrote it down. I had to write it down. It was getting too good. When we started with asshole, I was like, this is gonna be fire.
Let me tell you about Angela. She said she told me if we ever went on Family Feud, and if I got up there and said something stupid, she was gonna turn around and go, "No, you did not say that." And I was not allowed to play the big money.
Baby, we would not have been on Family Feud because I can guarantee you in the trash. They would have come out. Okay, so no way we would have
Who would you send to do like the big money question? Would it have to be in Storm? A big money round.
Oh, that's Storm.
Who's the family? Even without knowing the family, wouldn't be legal.
C plus in the house. C plus in the house. You can be somebody.
It depends on the family, but yeah.
Yeah, if I was playing, yeah.
You gotta have 5.
You gotta have 5.
You have to have 5. I'm one of the 5.
I mean, you are.
Don't even think I'm not going to Family Feud.
Lisa's a big money on there.
Are you forcing Lisa in the audience, or what's?
She's trying to get me to do their makeup.
Yeah.
I'm not even on the show.
Lisa, we're grinders.
But she could be the one. There's always one in the family. What's up? I'm going on my own.
I'd be good as long as they don't ask me anything about sports.
Oh,
No names of celebrity, like don't ask me politics. I mean, look, here's what I can answer. I can answer makeup questions. I can answer decorating questions. Family questions. Some humanitarian questions. Wardrobe. That's about it.
Well, hey, we win if those come up.
Yeah, so I could be the one to take them over the top for the big money, and they don't even know. I could be the secret weapon. They don't even know, but she gonna have me doing makeup. She don't even want me on the team.
I want her on the team. I'm just saying.
Okay. Still, C plus people, you too can be somebody.
I can guarantee that it probably wouldn't go well on Family Feud.
I love this. They arguing on Zoom and across the room from one another. This is like the best.
So listen, you see,
Family Feud would be awesome. Just
Family Feud might not ever be the same if we on there.
Hey.
do you have any additional DIY tips from kind of like for the part 2 of any interior design tips that you can give us?
Part 2. What did I say in the first one? Well, now that we're doing holiday stuff, like things I learned from my mom. I don't know where she is. She might be decorating one of the 20 trees that she's probably doing today. But with holiday decorating for trees, what I did learn from her is to start from the inside out and work your way out. It gives the tree a lot of depth. And if you put your lights on first and then your smaller bulbs on the inside, that you always will see something different. Like when you look at the tree head on, it gives it a lot of depth. That's like my big Christmas. I've learned that was game changing for me, decorating Christmas trees. Because I just would throw the bulbs on like everybody else on the outside. You hang them on the edge. You hang them on the edge, and then you got your lights, and then bam, you got a Christmas tree. No. It takes more.
I never thought about it like that. Work your way from the inside out. I've always just been like, okay, outside, and then these don't fit on the outside, so we gonna maybe try to tuck them in the inside.
My mom,
right? Like,
well, now ours because we follow her.
Yeah, no, it's
when you look at the tree, you can't see through the tree.
no, you can't. It's
So
packed.
always-
It's filled. Yeah, you'll see something.
Ornaments or lights, just whatever you have going on. And I was.
And you put your collector bulbs or your more expensive bulbs on the outside. That's what you save those for last. You can go, you go and get you like at Target or something. You get a bunch of bulbs for the inside of the tree, and then you put your more expensive bulbs on the outside of the tree.
We're just trying to get down because we had a bunch of bulbs and one of the kids pulled the entire tree down. And
that's cute.
So
What's your like favorite Christmas tradition or like a memory that you guys have in Christmas for Christmas?
A lot of cocktails.
What, man, just putting up the lights, man. Just the lights and just the blinking lights and stuff, and just knowing that it's just a different time. It's nothing special, really.
And I think it's especially that's our guard dog back there.
Guard dog, yeah.
Joe back there. He must have trying to break it into right now. But I would say, the decorating. My mom used to get a bad rap. We used to give her a bad rap about her Christmas because, like I said, one of 20 trees in the house. And until I like moved away and then came back, one year, I kid you not, I was at the gate, I pulled home and because I used to always be like, our house is like Christmas vacation. It is like too many lights out there. And I pulled up, I drove up and my mom has a gate. And I mean, I was like sitting out there seriously crying because I was like, oh my gosh, you appreciate it when when you're not here in it and listening to her being stressed out about getting the U-Haul to bring her decorations from storage.
U-Haul.
You heard me. U-Haul.
Oh my God.
Storage. And seeing all that, like for me, that's everything because you don't appreciate it until you're not in it all the time. You know what I mean? So her decorations and something's in my throat. Excuse me. People would come by our house to just see what she's done. And so that, that always, I think that's why I like design so much and so much I make sure I put up a Christmas tree even when I don't feel like it for summer because it when you think it's not important, it actually is. All her hard work now, she's back there decorating now. Like all the hard work, you can really appreciate how hard and what goes all into that, Especially, with this pandemic. I hadn't seen them for a year. Like this time last year was the last time they all were at my house. I told you before, it was a very special Thanksgiving because that was the last time I saw my dad and last time I saw all of them. So, these times when you're with your family are just important. And we kind of went back and forth on whether I should come to, yesterday for Thanksgiving because, coronavirus is real and it's very, we ain't joking about that no more. We ain't singing that Cardi B no more. It's real. Yeah. It's it was hard because you miss celebrating traditions with your family. Like that's what people do. And we went back and forth and we canceled and then the kids were all upset and Summer was walking around the house not talking to me like, I created coronavirus. And she's a teenager tip. And so she, my sister, we were talking and I was like, well, I don't have any food in my house now because I was expecting to be gone. And so I was running to get some stuff and we just were like, you know what? We need to just social distance. That's why we are sitting across from each other right now and just try to make it happen because it's just important. It's, especially for the kids, they need to see each other and it's just hard for everybody,
Yeah.
We told serious. We went from going asshole bitch.
We bring all levels. It's all levels. It's all levels. It's a journey.
It's a range of emotions. This whole COVID
It's a journey of levels, but we still don't know what your stripper song is going to be. So I mean, it's different levels. It's different levels.
Hold on. You remember when the Lakers won a championship?
Which year?
Cheer.
Which year.
Oh, I can give you the year.
Did he say with
With
cheer?
cheer.
Cheer.
You really went cheer.
No more bullets.
So, you remember when Meta World
With
Peace?
cheer.
Hey, you remember
With
Meta
cheer.
World Peace? They wanted to interview him, and he said, "First thing first is I want to thank my therapist, my psychologist, my therapist,
Yeah.
basically." I mean, man, this is the same thing, man. That's real now. I mean, he went up one. I mean, everybody trying to figure out are they going crazy or am I straight? You know, so
No, seriously.
Yeah, this is a different time. This is a different time for the kids, for adults. It's everybody stuck together in the pandemic
Yeah.
and you just trying to move along, but it's almost been a year. Like,
Yeah,
how do you stay balanced during all of this, you know? And then life happens on top of that, in addition to that,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, it's a challenge for everybody. I mean, you know, our family, we talk as much as we can. I mean, I talk to my sister all the time, and we just try to. You just have to communicate, and just you need to check in. Honestly, I did a check the other day. I texted a few friends and I said, I'm just doing a strong friend check because it's always the strong people that nobody checks on because you think they're okay. And I have a few, independent, strong friends. And I was like, I'm just letting you know I'm here, checking on you because it's the strong people sometimes you need to be concerned with because, you think they got it all together and nobody checks on them. And I'm checking on you to make sure you're good.
small piece though, with the COVID, even though it's stressful and can't do what they used to do and all the other good stuff, it's also good time just to be able to. It gives you time to focus on things that you never got a chance to focus on. So you really realize when things are important and when things aren't important.
Yep.
So some people are still waiting to get back to doing what they used to do, which is, don't really mean anything. Well, it may mean anything, some of them, but I mean, but the thing is that you have time to really like focus on things that are important. Sometimes you might need that boost to push you on the things that, you really were thinking about doing. And now you got to do them. Some people have lost their jobs and now they're pushed to do things that, were always in the back of their minds, but they're in that daily grind of, I got to pay this rent. I take care of the kids. I got to put food on the table. And guess what? When you can only be in your house and that's all you got, then you can either choice to kind of like bow down to COVID, or you can just be like, you know what, let me use this time wisely. And that was our conversation today about, things that we can do. But when I say things that we can do, things that we've always thought about doing and just push it to the back of our minds. And with my kids, I mean, my kids' principal, and Lisa and I talked about that this morning. L Dog, we talked about that this morning. Talk about that
Yeah,
this
tell them
morning.
who I am. Tell them.
My
Dog.
kid's principal who was doing a great job at their school. The principal was like, I'm spending more time with my kids in their teenage years, and they didn't realize what they were missing. And so they decided to shut it down, and same thing for my son's teacher. And it gave them more perspective on what they wanted to do. So you can run and get back to whatever you were doing in your in the past, or you can use this time in a situation to kind of build off what the future is going to be like, what skills you have, what things you need to do. Hey, I'll go from barely graduating to going to school. I'm saying COVID does a lot of great things, but it's just use the time to really refocus.
Like I might be a B student by the end of COVID.
Yeah. I mean, what's a way that we can like maybe in a sense, like you were saying, like recenter ourselves and, kind of refocus, our where our minds are at, and what the pandemic is essentially done to us. What's a way that maybe has worked for y'all, whether it be meditating or something that's like maybe helped you stay balanced and centered through all of it?
What have you done, Angie?
Mm.
Nothing. Okay.
Or maybe even something that helps you center the kids. I know that they don't get to see their friends or really talk to them
Right.
like that. Like, what's maybe a way that you've tried to help your kids get through this pandemic?
Well, it's weird because so since I won't forget the date, March 13th, I have been home with them every day. Because that's when their school shut down, that's when the court shut down. So I've been here with them. the difference is the little one, Jasmine's 27. She works at the hospital.
The
She's
little one.
doing her, she's doing her thing out there saving lives, right, Jess?
Saving lives. Yes. Yes.
But
Strange.
the little ones,
Strange.
our 8-year-old daughter, she misses her friends, but she also watches the news, and she's very, very just in tune with everything going on. At first, it was like she was really ready to get back to school. And then we were going to send her back. We really didn't want to, but we knew she wanted to go back. And then she was like, nope, I don't want to catch the Rona.
The Rona.
So she
said that.
She said the
She
Rona.
said that. Oh, yeah. She said she's not catching the Rona. So
Rona.
she's been home. Our son could sit here every day and be perfectly fine.
I'm like, is he even
He
here?
can see
Like,
his friends on the screen and be fine. So
yeah.
we're dealing with two different personalities, two different things. It's tough for them just because we don't really go anywhere. We just kind of stay here. I don't really feel the need to do too many things, because one thing Eric said to me before, and we were talking about it, is whatever we can't do now, we will be able to do again in some form or fashion. So it's not like I have to go rush to go do it, try to get out there and do something now, because the whole point is for everybody to kind of stay safe. Got my mom here, got Roosevelt here. So it's like the whole point is to stay safe. But it's been stressful for them, just with just probably having to deal with school, because I think they thought they were getting a pass in all of this by being on Zoom.
Yeah.
And they actually go to schools where they start at 8:30 and they finish at 3.
Yeah.
So my majority of my day between trying to work is get back on Zoom. Why you not on Zoom? So, but to be honest, they're doing as well as they can. Under the circumstances. I'm still trying to get, my mind right, because it's just been a hard year for everybody. So I'm trying to get my mind right. I just went back to work last week. So, well, not back to work, but started thinking about work again. So just trying to, I don't know that I've found the balance, but right now the kids are the priority. And we've made, not that the kids weren't our priority before, but it's still a little different when you're going to drop the kids off, you go do your work, you go back and pick them up. But now it's about them kind of all day, every day, and trying to make sure that they can keep up with the school education so they don't fall behind.
What is one thing that maybe you've learned in therapy in balancing all of those things that have essentially taken place in 2020?
Well, I mean, just that in itself, you got to accept, therapy. If you believe in what it can do for you. I mean, a lot of times you can't get it out with your friends, family, things like that. So you got to have a way to get everything out, period. And then, therapy just isn't therapy. I mean, you're dealing with so many different things. So there isn't a one-stop shop, unfortunately. But just understanding what that is, what it can do for you, and what part it plays in your mental well-being is probably most important.
I think too, the misconception of therapy is that you're crazy. Like people, back in the day, that pretty much was the situation. Like, oh, you got a therapist? Like, oh, you loco. But
She did say she did good in Spanish.
Loco.
A+ in Espanol.
Back and follow me. I was practicing my Spanish in March when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Cállate.
Mira.
Big girl.
Mira.
Big girl.
But no, seriously. I just remember my dad saying to me one time, like, do you think you need to go to therapy? I'm like, are you crazy?
Do you?
Like, do you need to go to therapy? But now, I'm older and I get it. I remember that very well, because I was like, no, I don't need therapy. Maybe you do. But I could appreciate the time, because I sat down with a life coach / therapist. And I was like, this is, years ago. And I feel like, shout out to Jane Daly. She helped me a lot, because it was therapy, but it was also life coaching, like helping me figure out everything that's going on. So look, more people need to go to therapy because maybe there wouldn't be so much craziness in the world if certain people had the opportunity to go to therapy. Now, it should be free. It's not always free.
Yes.
That is the problem, but that's another topic.
Before we wrap up, I'm gonna let y'all get back to the pizza and the partying and the bartender and the drinking. Like y'all got a full party taking place in Oakland. What is one thing that you would like people to remember or to know about your dad?
Angie, you wanna go first? Are you about to run?
Oh Lord Jesus!
Come on over. Come on over here. Here's what I want to say.
Not ready.
Get your head in that screen.
Here's what I want to say.
Come on, big head.
Wow. Here's what I do when I say. The reason why it's hard for her is because my sister. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna need a Kleenex myself.
Oh my gosh, right?
Goodness.
Man, get that shit out. Get that shit out. Let's go.
Wow, I can usually talk about this and not even get emotional. But I understand her pain because my sister, she donated bone marrow to my dad. And it's a really in-depth story. And obviously right now we both probably can't even get that one out. But she signed up for bone marrow years ago. Well, gosh, it was like in 92 or something. We were on a ski trip, just having fun, and there was a sign up for a bone marrow. I guess you sign up to test to give bone marrow, and she signed up. And fast forward years later, our dad gets sick, and there's a phone call that is made. And they're like to my dad's house, and they're looking for her at they couldn't find her, and the only phone number they had was at my dad's house. And so they, she was told, hey, somebody's looking for you, and they said, hey, we think we found a match for you. Now meanwhile, it's now 2018 or something, and they said, we might have found a match for you. And she forgot she even had done the signed up for it. And so long story short, my dad gets sick and he needed bone marrow. And, my dad was very private and kept us from knowing a whole lot of different things. And she ended up being the match unknowingly. And she asked like, hey, who's the person? Do I get to find out who the person is? And they were like, oh, it's a man in his 70s in Oakland or whatever they said to her. And she was like, wait a minute, that might be my dad. Because in the meantime, we found out he was looking, and she forgot that she had done it. And so she's my hero because she did it, and she basically saved our dad his life for like several more years, and he was able to do more things, and we were able to spend more time with him. And we joke, always got to make it funny. But I would tell him, I was like, hey, you better be glad it was Angie. Because dude, when I saw that needle, I don't know. I might have had to take a rain check. I don't know. I mean, I love you, but I might have had to be sedated to take that needle. You and me have had some good fights over the years about, I don't know. But she did that. And, I applaud her. And I think I want more people to know that about my sister. Because, everybody, they focus on my dad. And of course, he's the famous one. But, behind the scenes, you never know what's going on in a family. And my sister was the one that was the match and was the champ that took the needle. And meanwhile, when she's in the hospital, I'm sitting there like, oh Lord, I ran out the room, and she's sitting there all bandaged up. And she's like, can you go check on my sister, please? Because I ran out. Like, I can't, that's my sister. I was like, is she gonna be okay? Like, Are we sure about this?
She's a two-time fantasy champion. So I mean,
Yeah, she is.
There we go. There we go.
You know, definitely. So, I mean, of course she'd be the one that could do it, you know? But I mean, I think it's important that, you know, I did a post, did a tribute post to my family on Facebook, and I'm a very private person. I don't talk about that kind of stuff, but I put it on there because I was like, you know what? A lot of people know me to be the strong one. I'm the oldest daughter. And I'm like, no, you don't even understand. Like, my sister Angela Logan, she did that for my dad, and then my two half sisters, they took care of my dad, and you know, they need to be, you know, they are the ones that deserve a lot of credit as well. And I just want to make sure that I would tell everybody that they were the ones that actually, Angela Logan first saved his life and prolonged his life to make it a longer, you know, time for all of us to spend and for him to be in a happier place, you know, for a while, and to spend more time with his grandkids and see more things. So, wow, that took a real turn. We went from talking about ass.
Absolutely.
And, but yeah, no, it's just important to know. And I just, I know she can't, sometimes she can talk about it and sometimes she can't, but you know, I want you to know and your listeners to know, like, this is not something that I talk about a lot. You know, I work for the news, never told any of them because I didn't feel like that was the platform and they deserve to know that story. And you're my friend and I wanted you to know that story. And there's so much more to it, but we're both super emotional.
Yeah. I love you guys. I love you guys. And from day one that I've ever met Angela, I was like, that is an OG right there.
Yeah.
You embody so much, like, you the OG. Like, it's just, that's Angela, Storm, Logan.
Yes.
You embody so much strength and you empower and you encourage. Like, how do you do it? I don't even know if I can ask that question. Like, if that's like, how do you tell somebody how to be OG? Like, you're incredible. From day one that I've met you, I've always been like, she the best, you know. But I that takes a lot.
You know what? Well, I have good genes.
This is what I hear, and this is what I've seen.
I get a lot of strength from my dad. I get a lot of strength from my mom. Obviously, get weaknesses from both of them as well. And I've just always tried to take the strengths that I've gotten from them and tried to work with those, you know. It's funny because everybody used to call me the Tin Man, that I didn't have feelings and I was, you know, never really putting my emotions out there, but I'm probably the most emotional one out of everybody. And you know, it's funny because I love my family so much, you know, everybody. Everything I do is for my family, whether that's husband, kids, RH, Lisa, you know, just want everybody to live and be what they can, be happy. And so it's like, you know, as you grow up, at first, everything you think about is about you. What can you do? What can you drive? Where can you go? You know, and then you get to a point in your life where you're like, well, okay, it's not about me anymore, it's about everybody else, you know, and you want to make everybody else strong and you want to be, you know, and I think I tried to live trying to be so hard for so long, you know, and then my shell got cracked. I got married, you know, and it's, no, but I mean that in a good way. And
my shell cracked.
Married and got soft. You know what I'm saying?
What you learn? Once you learn that everything isn't you. It's about your family,
Right.
And about trying to make, you want everybody, like I said, it's not about you, it's about everybody. You want everybody to live. I want Jasmine to be successful. I want her to be more successful than me. I want Christian to be more successful than us. I want Alex to be more successful than us. It's like you just change, as you get older. Kids, when I had Jasmine, I was a senior in college, so I really wasn't smart enough to really understand, or mature enough, I should say, to really understand what I was doing. So we kind of grew up together, kind of like sisters, and my mom was the mom. She was with me on trips. We out there hanging out, kicking it, but it wasn't that traditional mother role. We have a great relationship though. Love her dearly. She's behind me. But
DJ.
As you get older,
DJ Jazzy.
As you get older and you have kids, you're just more mature and you understand what your role is. And I think that's pretty much where I am. My sister and I have always been very close. I always would tell her, like, you're the best big sister I ever could have had growing up and everything, because she always took me with her. She never treated me, well, except for the one time when she called herself moving away to go live with my grandmother when she didn't want to be around me.
I was mad at you.
But I rented her clothes out. I was an entrepreneur.
That's why we needed a whole nother day for this, Jamila.
Yes, we need a part.
She straight sold my clothes to her friend.
Sell your clothes.
Our word, rent.
I was an entrepreneur.
Anyway.
But she kind of helped me grow up, And so, I don't know. It's just one of those, like, right now, like I said, 2020 has been tough. But I love my life. I have great family, on immediate family, extended family. I have great family. I have a great life. I really don't have anything to complain about, and that's a big deal, because most people do. And while I, am having a difficult time with my father's passing, then I have my godfather pass away, who I was very close with earlier.
Uncle.
Well, he passed away a couple years ago, but I'm saying just 2020.
Yeah.
So,
20.
Yeah, it's just difficult. But I'm probably no stronger than anybody else, but I think I have a good support system.
And our support system, not to cut you off, but I just want to make sure that we do acknowledge Bartender, because Bartender has been there through a whole lot of ups and downs, and we have really strong, I'm not married, but my daughter has great role models in Bartender RH, that's Roosevelt Hatton, and Eric Eloke over there. And that's what makes our family so great, is that, our kids have strong women to look up to and strong men to look up to. And it's important, like, to be able to ask for help. Like, that was always my biggest thing, is like, my dad would always tell me, like, you need to ask for help. And I'm like, I got this, I can do this on my own. No, yeah, I can if I have to. But guess what? Sometimes you need to ask for help.
Family's for.
And we have a great family, because our support system, our village is tight. Yeah. And Jamila, you're part of the village. Like,
I love it. Yes.
If you didn't hear part one, Jamila helped me a lot of times when I was working crazy hours and just stepping in and getting Summer to auditions, of all things.
Mm-hmm. Summer was babysitting me. Let's just be real. Summer.
I know you have to go, but we've taken up way more of your time than you.
I appreciate y'all for being so open and honest and vulnerable and sharing, because this is what people don't get to hear or to know about. And I just love talking to y'all. Like, I can sit here and talk some more. Like, I want to let y'all get back to your pizza and the drinks and the bartender.
Thanksgiving dinner.
But before we get out of
got people drunk over here. We playing
Hey,
ass bitch
Here,
Yeah.
let's
Game
toast it up. Let's toast it up before we get out of
Oh, I
here.
need a little. Hold on.
Bartender,
Hey.
Let's
look,
toast it up.
I'm empty.
Everybody's empty at this point, but
I'll pour
you know,
pour some for you.
yeah, like, look,
Look, also, my,
I like
my
that
personal
glass.
cup.
I love that.
There
but
it is.
you know what? 2020 has sucked,
Yes.
but it cannot take all of us down.
Correct.
It
Cheers
will
to
not take us
that.
down
Mhm.
because
Cheers to
you
that.
know we got this. We got this. 2021, yeah. Bring it.
Cheers.
Bring it.
And we-
I'm ready for 21.
Before we officially get out of here, we usually
hold on,
end on.
Jamila Booty. Hold on.
Oh yes, Storm. Yes, Storm.
Because this has been one of the funnest evenings. This has been a lot of fun, bringing us together, doing this. You know,
You got Corona?
it's
That's
awesome. She talking about you got that wrong,
Coronavirus.
but you brought us together, having a good time, and that's what we're talking about. That's what family does, and we appreciate it.
And Eric got to go
Definitely.
rob a bank
Absolutely.
real quick because we need
Anytime y'all want to
deals.
get together and do this again, we
Yeah.
got to do it. We got to do it.
Yeah.
I'll come with different games next time.
This is I'm really proud of you, Jamila, because this is great. Like she said, this is really great, and you know, I think bringing people together has always been your thing, like you know, and you know, we love you, and of course, we wouldn't have been able to. There's no way I'd have been sitting on TV or a podcast crying. I'd have been like, cut, I'm out of here, like you know. And my sister, you know, I wouldn't even have had her feel like that or expose her if it wasn't family and if you weren't a good friend. And so again,
I
know
appreciate it.
that I was officially mad at my old news station for talking about me in their newscast because they didn't have the information, but because I want to tell the information. And so
Yeah.
it was important for
Yeah.
me to have my family sit down. And if we were going to talk about my dad, then it had to be with somebody that we were comfortable to cry, do whatever we needed to do and feel like we were in a safe space. So
Absolutely.
we
I love you guys. I love every single one of you. Elok, you know, this is the beginning of a very beautiful relationship right here. Silky smooth.
Do you remember meeting him at Summer's birthday party in Santa Monica?
Long time ago,
Yeah.
but I feel like this is a
got to
new-
officially.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We get to finally like chit chat,
Therapy.
you know.
Yeah.
Lots.
See, this is therapy.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is therapy.
Let's do it again. I love it. I love it. I really
You know,
appreciate
our
y'all
story
taking the
helps
time.
the next person, you know.
Absolutely.
Everybody thinks our life is perfect, you know, and like I've told you before, like, you know, yes, our childhood was great. We had no worries, but now we're adults and we got real problems just like everybody else, worrying
Mhm.
about keeping lights on and, you know, we got real problems just like everybody else. And adulting is a whole nother level of different from our childhood. So
Yeah, that's very true. And again, I really appreciate this because being vulnerable is strength in itself.
it is.
You know, and that was the words of wisdom from last episode. But before we get out of here, we usually do a words of wisdom just to like inspire people and just anything that they can take away, that they can feel, and something that they can, you know, maybe think of in their mind when they're having a tough day. What's maybe a words of wisdom that you can give to them before we get out of here? We can
Mine
just
are
go
quick
around.
because I'm going to repeat mine from last episode. Mine is live,
Okay.
love, laugh. And I'll tell it again that was a pendant medallion. It was the 70s. That my dad live, love, laugh. That's always been something that I've written everywhere. I buy stuff that says that, and it's just something I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna always live by. Live, love, laugh. Number 8. I got my little 8.
Nice.
That's nice. Honestly, I think for me, living, you know, dealing with 2020 and just everything going on with life, I think mine is just be thankful. And I know that's so cliche, but it's true. It's like you have to be thankful for what you have, not trying to figure out what you can get. No, just be thankful for what you have. Because you probably have more than most,
Yes.
you know. So that's mine. I'm very thankful for what I have. and not thinking about whatever it is I don't.
I like that. Silky Smooth, you up?
Silky smooth.
You guys are all serious and everything.
Fall asleep on us.
I'm gonna say this. I'll say I'll say this though. But no, I'm not gonna say that.
It's
That's
that
wrong.
bullet, girl.
That's wrong. No, it's not the bullet.
It's not the bullet?
It's not the bullet.
Okay, it's not the
It's
bullet.
not the bullet. But you know, I guess I deal with so many different personalities, you know, all day, every day, and everything is all about performance and people getting things done and do it, and you know, just make it happen. But before you know, when the people that I deal with, the first thing I always ask them is, are they okay? And the reason I ask them if they're okay is because there's so much going on. So you just have to realize that everybody is going through something. I don't care who it is. Everybody's going through something. And just like we talked about today, you talked about opening up. People are not really, everyone's built to protect themselves. So, you know, there's a level of confidentiality and there's a level of understanding. Um, but some people might not be ready to handle certain things that are going on at that moment. And they just need someone to say, you know what, it's okay. So just be patient with people, ask them if they're okay, and just let them be who they are. You know, let them know it's okay to be who they are and to be able to voice, you know, whatever they're going through. Try to be a sounding, not really a sounding board, but a good ear to what's going on. 'Cause sometimes they just need to get it out. So we're all going through something. Be patient. Have a good listening ear, um, and just know that every day is different. But you know, if we're all trying to help each other, it can help that person get through the day, the week, the month, the year. So just be patient with folks.
I love that. I love that. Mine is gonna be gratitude is attitude. Just seeing you guys all together, just it makes me so happy. And me personally, I've had like issues with, you know, my blended family. You know, everybody's got their personality. So this has just been so refreshing and empowering to see the family really come together and lean on one another. And you know, just grateful, just like how you were saying, Angela. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Anybody else have words of wisdom back there? Bartender, mom?
Hey, come on, dog team, dog
Come
team.
on with it. Come on with it.
Come on, dog team. Dog team. Had management construction.
I always believe in listening to everyone. These two young ladies I've known since they were teenagers. So I've had the opportunity to listen and share knowledge that I've gained over the years. I've had the pleasure of traveling from Beijing to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, New York City, and so forth. So I've gained knowledge over the years along with educational knowledge. So I'm always willing to give my opinion and to listen. Pleasure.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, bartender. Thank you.
Coming to
Thank
the
you,
state.
everybody. Cheers to that. We out of here. Thank you, y'all.